Hello, good evening, and welcome to Thingamajig's Racing Channel. And we are here for something a little special. We are here with the Ultimate Racing League, covering their Wednesday evening shenanigans. They call it the Replica BTCC, and I've renamed it as the Ultimate Touring Car Championship because there is actually the Ultimate Touring Car Championship. I do have to redo that and say League 2. We're League 2. Mark is covering League 1, and it's a great watch. I've already watched it. It's fantastic. So get yourself over there and get it watched. So what is the Replica BTCC? Ladies and gentlemen, I hear you ask. Well, Ultimate Racing League are delving in deeper. It's a deep dive into Gran Turismo's inner workings. You see your Group 3s, you see your Group 4s. They're easy. You just take them out, you bang bop on, and bish bash bosh, easy race. The true essence of touring cars is to take a manufactured car off of the production line, add a few little bits and glitz, and then put it on a racetrack. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the essence of true British touring car championships of today. And that is what the Ultimate Racing League is endeavouring to do after such heavy testing in the science lab. My good golly, they have been cooking, and they think they have found the perfect balance between a bunch of road cars and now are going to run at the very own URL BTCC Replica Championship. So the race lengths are going to be 3 15-minute races. The tyres are softs and mediums. Race 1 and 2 tyres and fuel is ×1, and a race 3 tyres and fuel is ×2. So if they're going to use mediums, it'll be the third race, won't it, with the heavier wear. No tuning apart from downforce and brake bias. The available parts to be fitted to their cars are sports suspension, ballast, power restrictor, brake bias controller, racing brake pads, carbon brake discs, body kits, no wide body kit. So I think that means you're not allowed body kits, no wide body kits. Oh, maybe you're allowed the front, the back spoiler, but no width thinning. Grid starts with false start check. The grid order will be first a race qualifying, second race a random grid, and the third race is second race top 5 at back reversed. The damage is on weak, boost is off, and the slipstream is real, and there is no bump drafting. Bump drafting denied, as always, in the Ultimate Racing League. It causes too many shenanigans. So, I've got a list of cars here. This is what I'm guessing that is available, and it's got a lot of things next to it, which I won't bore you with, but you can find it on their Facebook page. That's where I found it, telling you what the power recommendation is, the upgrade and the downgrade, and weight recommendation, and what weight reduction to add. So the choice of cars is a Volvo V40 T5R design, a BMW M4 2014, an AMG A45 2013, Alfa Romeo Giulia GTAM 2020, Nissan Silvia Spec R Aero S15 2002, Honda Civic Type R Limited Edition FK8 2020, Toyota Corolla Morizo Edition 2022, the Lexus RCF 2014, Hyundai Coupe 3.8 2013, the Ford Focus RS 2018, Renault Megane RS Trophy 2011, and the Citroën DS3. Now, trust me, I'll be reading out championship tables at the intros of the rest of these rounds, so that is the only time I'm reading out the car list, okay? You don't have to put up with that ever again. But for full disclosure, I thought we'd start off knowing what we're dealing with. Right then, get yourselves ready, people. They've been qualifying for this first 15-minute race, and they are on the grid, lined up, primed, and ready to go. They've all been tinkering with their cars. They feel like they've got the downforce perfecto, and they think their brake bias is perfecto, and they are ready to do battle. So shall we see what we're dealing with? Shall we introduce the band. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. It is the UTCC round 1, and we are at Goodwood for the Ultimate Racing League. On pole then, ladies and gentlemen, it's a Ford Focus, and it is a Wayne G, ladies and gentlemen. You may, I don't know if I've covered Wayne G before. I have raced with Wayne G in League 3 on a Sunday, but I don't think he's ever been on one of our streams. So, welcome, Wayne G. We know this man, a Derg View. This is a bit high, isn't it? This is a bit high. Can't soak in that car, but we want to see a bit of roof. Always want to see a little bit of what's on top, hey, love. So, yeah, there's the Ford Focus on the pole position. Then we have a Derg View in a Hyundai, high and dry. For Derg View, second place he's managed with the Draper Tools Hyundai. Another Ford Focus, looks like the teammate of Wayne. That is Niggle. I've covered Niggle from League 1 way back in one of the earlier series. In fourth place, we have Hodgie in a Lexus, and that looks rather splendid. I think these are all replicas of touring car liveries, so you might think these look rather familiar. Then in fifth we have Kian in the BMW. In sixth place, in a Ford Focus, we have Slowpoke, which is Mark Wilson. He is the man. He is the man you need to follow to get yourself the League 1 streams, and they are fantastic. So get yourself over to Slowpoke's YouTube channel, Mark Wilson. Seventh place, we have Grahamad Ali, and he has gone for a Honda, and I like he a lot. So nice choice there from Grahamad Ali. He's sitting in seventh place so far. Eighth place, Goodwood. I mean, it's quite claustrophobic, this grid, isn't it? You don't have to move very far. It's a Merc, and it's P. White in the Mercedes. Mercedes, they are. It's like the Tesla of the 1930s. Then we have in ninth place, Faisar, also in a Mercedes. And that's looking quite snazzy. We're not going to miss that one, as it's smashing through the pack. In 10th place, God, I hope that's right, is Hawkeye, also in a Merc. The Mercs, they look like they're planted there in the middle of the table. Not quite as fast as your Focuses and the odd BMW, Lexus and Hyundai, high and dry, but they are there. So how will they be in race trim? I mean, it's two totally different kettles of fish, ladies and gentlemen, from qualifying to race. These guys, it's going to do a lot with, I think fuel tanks have a big thing to do with road cars, so it's going to be interesting. So Hawkeye, 10th place. On 11th, in a Volvo, ladies and gentlemen, we have a Bloomfield Apex Bloom, but his nickname's Bloomfield, so not to confuse myself, I'll call him Bloomfield. So 11th spot for him in the Volvo. I think it might be the lone Volvo out there, like the Hyundai. I think there's only one of those, which is strange, because watching Mark's stream from League 1, Hyundai seemed to be a big choice in that league. Ford Focus then, sitting in, oh God, I want to say 12th. It is 12th. That's Viking, and it's looking glorious there. And then we have 13th for the BMW, and that is the Baza, the Belgian Bullet. And he might be starting in 13th, but trust me, ladies and gentlemen, he won't be finishing in 13th. Oh no, sirree. Then 14th, we have Declan in a Lexus, and that looks solid as a rock. With 15th, the Nissan, the lone Nissan out there for Castillon. I will get his name by the end of the season, but at the moment he is Castillon. Sounds a little bit like Cassius or something. Could call him that from like that Star Wars program I like. And then in 16th place in a Ford Focus is Sid the Sloth, which with a name like Sid the Sloth, you would expect him to be in 16th place. In the chat then we have Bazza saying, good evening, buddy, ready for this evening. Well, racing-wise, I'm fancying driving around at the back tonight. Bloomfield saying, doing it for Sweden. There you go. And Bloomfield also saying, ayo, mate. All right, bud. Right then, without more further than a delay that is needed, it is time to get this season underway. We have been waiting. Some patiently, some maybe not, but we have been waiting. Oh no, that wasn't the button. Don't look at the things. I got myself excited there. That's ridiculous, and that's the wrong button. I'm all of a tither. I got myself all excited. Here we go. Get back up to Wayne. And they're off here, ladies and gentlemen, for the start. Oh, I didn't even look at the tyres. I apologise. We'll gather that as we go around. Wayne takes the lead from Nigel, with Dirkview falling back a position, so the Focus is very fast off the start. Hodgie then in fourth. He looks like he wants to close up on the Hyundai there. And there's some movement further down. It looked like Muhammad Ali having a whiff, a sniff at a phaser. And he is through, I'm sure. Muhammad Ali started in 7th. No, he's been overtaken, I apologise, by PY. And it looks like the Merc, the Honda and Phaser both off the track there, letting Bazza up through, and Declan on a fight with Viking having to try and defend, but Declan is through. Uppity goes. Hawkeye up and into 8th place. Wayne G still leads from Nigel, but Dirkview has got that position back from Hodgie. The Lexus dropping behind the Hyundai as the Hyundai goes against the Focuses. At the moment the Ford's very strong, very stable. Wayne G kicking up a bit of dust, but it's all good. And oh no, Hodgie's lost control. He's lost control of the Lexus, and the field comes flying on by. My good golly gosh, this is cracking stuff. 4th place then up for Slowpoke in his Focus. Kian chasing him down in the BMW. P. White is in 6th in the Merc, and Hawkeye chasing him down in his Merc as well. I think Viking was in a Merc, no, I can't look down. No, Viking's in the Focus, sorry. Declan in the Lexus. Bazza up and into 10th place now. Bloomfield in 11th in the Volvo, with Castian in the Nissan up and into 12th side. Sid the Sloth is in 13th, with Hodgie 14th as we saw him slip off the track. 15th for Phaser, and Muhammad Ali is 16th so far. That is unfortunate for Muhammad Ali after having a tough League of Champions seasons. Wayne, though, holding on to the lead ahead of Nigel, but Nigel is absolutely bearing on down with him. But Dirkview is coming along for the view as Slowpoke wants to make it an all-focus top three. And he's going some great guns at the moment against Dirk. Dirk will have to watch his 6 soon, but Dirk is looking for an attack on Nigel. They both slide into the corner. Nigel keeps control of the Focus, and so does Dirk of his Hyundai. As Slowpoke chases him down, hoping something comes of it, and Dirk has lost control. Coming out of the chicane, Dirk losing the back end, and now Slowpoke does make it a Ford Focus 1, 2 and 3. Thank you. Kian is in 5th place in the BMW, I believe. Yes, with Viking now up to 6th, and he's going to be a Focus whitewash if we're not careful. PY, did he lose control? No, he kept it. PY chasing down the Focus. Then we've got another battle down here with Hawkeye and Bloomfield going side by side, and Hodgie as well in the mix, but Hodgie's off the track. He went up against the Nissan and found himself further back, and so we have Bloomfield then was the man who went on the attack against Hawkeye. Bloomfield up and into 8th place, with Hawkeye 9th, chasing him down in the Mercedes. Castian in 10th in that Nissan, as Sid the Sloth up into 11th now. Great climb from him as Hodgie struggles to keep the Lexus onto the track. Declan as well. The 2 Lexis look absolutely a huge handful out there, and the Baz also has slipped down from up into 10th. He made himself. He's down into 14th, and he gives poor Declan a little nudge around there, and Phaser then moves up as Muhammad Ali follows them around, and Declan, unfortunate. I know the Baz, he wouldn't do that on purpose. He obviously tried to avoid, but these cars must be a handful. Remember, they are just road cars with a slight little bit of tinkering. Wayne G's fastest man on track so far with a 1:15.8. Nigel chasing him down, but Slowpoke is coming in strong. He is coming in fast, ladies ladies and gentlemen. He wants that position. So Nigel better watch out, because Slowpoke is the battle of the Fords here at Goodwood. It might not be that way always, you never know. I think they're at, oh God, I want to say it. It's a really small track next, Kubu or something like that. But yeah, the next track, Dirk as well, coming in strong in the Hyundai, with Viking there in 5th. Kian chasing him down in the BMW. White is 7th at the moment in the Mercedes, and Hawkeye getting a penalty, and that'll be great news for Bloomfield, but Bloomfield falling back behind Hawkeye, so it'll just put Bloomfield back where he was, and it looks like the Volvo and the Mercedes is having an absolute battle royale down there. Cracking stuff as that puts the Volvo of Bloomfield back up and into 8th place. Hawkeye 9th, Castian in 10th, keeping a very close watch on that battle ahead of him. Sid the Sloth up into 11th as Hodgie tries to fight the Lexus around here at Goodwood. It is a handful. Bazza in 13th, Grahamad Ali 14th, Phaser is in 15th, and they are having their own little battle down here with Grahamad Ali slowly climbing up ahead of Phaser and Declan, who are still not, come on, the camera's so slow. Phaser struggling to grab hold of his, what was he in, a McShady? I think it's a BMW, and there goes the Hyundai. Oh my, Lexus, sorry. God, I will get there, honestly. By round 10, we will know the names of all of the cars. Wayne G then is leading by an absolute mile now. Nigel cannot live with that pace, and Slowpoke is under immense pressure from the Hyundai. Hyundai, or whatever they want to be called. High and dry. Oh no, a mistake from Nigel. Nigel's lost a car, and Slowpoke hits him. Dirkview's up to 3rd. Sorry, my lieges. Poor Nigel, that is not what you needed. And where did that come from, we wonder? So Nigel then, oh, it was the grass. See, kids, stay off the grass. It's not good for you. It's not good for you. Look at that, he was high and dry. So Nigel then encountering a little bit of the Goodwood weed, and he has found himself down into 4th as Dirk still pressures Slowpoke, who's got himself up into 2nd place by default, and Viking 5th in the Focus, coming up against the other Focus. Kian in 6th, holding ground, and P. White 7th now, looking very, very feisty in that. He's on the medium tyres. Kian's off the road. Who was off the road? Oh, Viking, we just saw thee. How many replays we got in doing this race? Oh, the Focus just losing a little bit of grip mid-corner there. And Viking pushing that Focus beyond what it is capable, as we see Hawkeye have a spin for the same reasons, I'm guessing. We've gone back another 10 seconds just to see what happened to our friend Hawkeye. Having a cracking job at the moment, 9th, been chasing the Volvo down, and it's the same thing. It's that Goodwood weed, ladies and gentlemen. It's not good for you. Look at him. He's all over the shop. And look at this big group of cars coming around. He's pulling in front. Oh, he missed them. Nice. But that's Hawkeye right down the field now. Unfortunate for him. Declan in 15th with Phaser, also 16th. They're on the racing softs. I haven't paid attention. I just noticed someone's gone for a medium set of tyres already. So Wayne G out there absolutely flexing. Focus, he's got perfect car control. The back end of the Focus sliding around the corners. He is absolutely, what you could say, he is slinging forward, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Slowpoke under pressure from Dirkview. We are looking for contact here, ladies and gentlemen, and it's looking okay. There's a gap between them. Slowpoke decides to go all in, and he didn't have the hand, ladies and gentlemen. He just didn't have the hand to go all in on that corner, and Dergview comes out smiling, and the high and dry is doing a super job. Niggle then all the way back there looking for a podium after his fall from grace. P. White in the McShady's starting to lose some ground to the Volvo. The Volvo comes through. Ladies and gentlemen, you are seeing Bloomfield mastering the craft of racing here, and what a job he is doing as well. 5th place for the Bloomfield as he makes the move against P. White, and Kian also looking keen. I'm sorry, Kian, I'm sure you've had it all your life and you don't need it from some garbage on YouTube. So Kian also getting past the White there. Oh, the White's on the medium tyres. Kian's on the softs, and so's the Bloomfield. Yes. So, big choice from P. White going for the medium tyre. I would assume they'd all go for the medium tyre in the 3rd race because of tyre wear rate. Viking, although, I mean, we are 7 laps into a 15-minute race. We're already coming up to 9 minutes, and so far tyre wear is not an issue out there. Hodgie, from his earlier issues, his woes in the Lexus, right from the back of the field, he's played his way up to 9th place quietly and silently with his head down. He has sniped his way through the field, and now he is putting pressure on Viking, and we're seeing the Focusers getting a little bit delicate come the end of the race. I don't know if tyre wear is causing an issue out there, or when the car gets a little lighter, it's harder to handle, but there we go. Hodgie just about to own Viking as he comes up behind him, looming large, and we're waiting for the move here as the Lexus looks one way, it looks the other, and it's looking solid with the weight loss of the fuel. It looks like that Lexus has suddenly come into its own, and the Focus is looking at a rather weak mid-race, so fast at the beginning, but when the weight drops off, those Focusers start looking a little tender, and the Lexus, as difficult to handle as it was in the first lap or two, has come strong come the end of the race, and now mid-race moving onwards, we're going to see a force, although Viking has got on top of that Focus now. He's dragged it back under his control, and Hodgie, all he can do is sit there and wait for another mistake from the Viking. Muhammad Ali, we saw him dropping all the way but to the back as well, and he has made his way past everyone else and up to 10th, and he's going a lot faster than the 2 cars ahead of him. So Muhammad Ali, he's going to be racing come the end of this one. Bazza in 11th, he's been moving around like a yo-yo, but it looks like he has got a clean run at the moment. He's a little too far behind the guys ahead and doesn't seem to be driving at the same pace. I mean, Muhammad Ali did a 16.9 the lap before. This lap around, he pulls out a 17.1. Hodgie 17.9 and Viking a 17.4, starting to find his feet again. So and Bazza there an 18.5, so not quite having the pace of the guys ahead of him. Hawkeye coming across in the McShady's, he's dropped back again. It's another rough lap for him. Declan 13th, we saw earlier on the Lexus being an absolute monster to handle, but they're now climbing on top of that Lexus, and mid-race the Lexus is looking rather tidy. Sid the Sloth, keep wanting to call him Sideshow Bob. Sid the Sloth 14th. He moved himself up. I don't know if he's had a bit of a moment. Yeah, on lap 7 a 36. So the Focus being a bit of a handful. That mid-race Focus is losing its way. Phaser coming back into the race. We saw him having a big one out of the chicane earlier in the race, and now he has caught up the Focus, and he's looking to get some action on the go. And oh, Castian, the Nissan is killing its tyres. It does not like that front tyre, sir. Waney is doing a stand-up job. Who can stand to this man? He's coming to the back of the field. Derg, there is just too much space between them now. With 3 minutes left of this race, it's down to a mistake for Derg to try and catch that lead up. Niggle has got himself past Slowpoke, cameraman, there you go, and pulled away from him with a 16.0 and a 16.2 the last 2 times around. Slowpoke managing a 16.9 and a 17.0. Bloomfield is the story. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Him and Kian getting into a fruity little battle. Kian muscling his way past in the rear wheel drive BMW, and Bloomfield just has to take that medicine. And how does it taste? Bitter. Bloomfield hurting his tyres. Kian looking after him quite nicely in the Pertec BMW, and oh yes, he took that corner masterfully. He took that corner like a pro sim racer, ladies and gentlemen. So Kian up and into 5th place, being chased by the Bloomfield. White back in this race. I was writing him off with those medium tyres, but he seems to be coming back strong in the final couple of minutes. Those tyres saving his bacon as the cars ahead of him. Well, Bloomfield's Volvo chewing up its tyre quite nastily, and PY is looking quite intently on that position. Viking under threat from Hodgie. Hodgie on a comeback in this race after a huge spin from 4th place down to the back of the field. He has slowly but surely dwindled the pack away, and he's now in 9th, looking for 8th place against Viking. But Viking knows that Focus has pace and he's not destroying his tyres, so he should be able to hold it ahead of Hodgie. Hodgie a 17.3 last time around, Viking a 17.0, but Hodgie is capable of a 16.6, his fastest, and Viking's fastest is 17.0, which he did last time around. Muhammad Ali in 10th in that Honda, and I've got a soft spot for that Honda. I like it. I am rooting for it, ladies and gentlemen. And Muhammad Ali trying to catch up the pack ahead as we see Hodgie. No, it wasn't Hodgie having a look. Sorry, it was. What's this? These have all suddenly closed up, have they not? Bloomfield has slipped back from Kian. Oh, we've got yellow flags up ahead, and I can't see any movement. It must be a back marker, maybe staying out of the way. And Bloomfield is under pressure come the end of this race. We've got 10 seconds left in the clock. This is the final lap, and Bloomfield up and into 6th. He can't live with Kian. Kian's up there with Slowpoke. Slowpoke's had an issue. That must be what the yellow flag was for. And now Kian is looking to get a top 4 in this race, and Bloomfield's trying to hold the field back. He's done okay. Hodgie slipped back 7th, 8th for PY, and Viking in 9th. Muhammad Ali, and we've got finishers. Declan's finished. Sloth, Phaser. Oh, missed the winner. Hang on, we'll go back. My gosh, that is, you have to be on the ball here to try and cover this race. My gosh. So Wayne G from the pole to the flag, absolutely unhindered. Great job from Wayne G with that win. Derg coming back. He was 3rd on the grid, slipped back to 4th, and plucked away at it until he got 2nd place in the high and dry. Well done, my friend. Great race. And Nigel gets that podium back. Lovely stuff. He lost it in the early parts of the race, but he pulled it back in the end. Slowpoke, he's just trying to cling on to that 4th place from Kian, but it looks like he's just about going to do it. And Slowpoke coming home in 4th spot in the Focus, and it's a very heavy Focus at the front end here. Kian in 5th with Bloomfield holding on to 6th. Great race from the Volvo. Hodgie in 7th, PY 8th, and Muhammad Ali up to 9th. Oh, Viking dropped back with Hawkeye absolutely having a nightmare there. Declan finished in 12th, Sid the Sloth in 13th, Phaser 14th, Castian with that tyre wear in 15th. Oh, ahead of poor Bazza. Bazza on his last lap had a nightmare, and Hawkeye does finally make his way to the line. What an absolute banger of a first race. We've got 3 of those, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 3 of those for your pleasure. Quick run through then. The next qualifying, the starting grid will be a random one, so it has nothing to do with this, but Wayne G absolutely destroyed the field in that race to get 1st place. In 2nd, Derg doing a super job. Slipped back at the beginning there, but just held strong and let those focuses have their mid-race wobble. Niggle, he slipped back, but he got that podium back in the end, and a great third to start his campaign off. Slowpoke in 4th place with Kian, who gave him a run for his money there in 5th. Bloomfield, a great finish in 6th. I mean, where did Bloomfield qualify? Down in 11th, ladies and gentlemen, so it's that kind of race. So Bloomfield up and into 6th, with Hodgie in 7th. P. White finishing in 8th place, Muhammad Ali in 9th, Viking in 10th, Hawkeye in 11th, and Declan 12th, Sid the Sloth in 13th, Phaser 14th, Castian in 15th, and Bazza in 16th. And there was one, wasn't there? There was one that used their medium tyres. Let me see if I can find them so I can tick them and say they've done it. P. White is used his medium tyres, so I think that's it. I think they only have to use them once throughout the race weekend, but I may be wrong. We'll keep an eye on that. So big congratulations to Wayne G. Let's move on to race 2, ladies and gentlemen. A random grid, no less. It could go anywhere with this one, with lots of shuffling around, and it's going to be rather exciting. Let's have a look for it. Now, I had problems loading up that first race, so you might have to stick with me, ladies and gentlemen. We might have to do this a couple of times because the liveries didn't want to load the last time out, so I had to delete it and reload it. So in the chat, Vodka Rob. Hey, Vodka. Good evening, sir. How the devil are you? I am good, man. I managed to slip the draft. I'm still in League 3. I don't have to go up and race the Group 3 cars. So here we go. Don't look at that up there. I was just checking that for liveries. And here we go. Give me a sec. I'm not that fast. Not that one, this one. We want display all. Right, and we'll have a quick backwards rundown. Should we? Not backwards, but we'll look at the back of their cars and run down the grid. So Bloomfield. Hey, he got the lucky straw. He's come out on pole. He's still using a set of soft tyres. Sid the Sloth on a 2nd place. He's on a set of soft tyres also in his Focus. Then we've got Niggle in the Focus in 3rd place, where he finished the race before, so lucky him. And he's starting on the soft tyres also. Dirkview on those soft tyres in his Hyundai. And Viking in 5th in the Focus, also starting on... Oh, no, he's starting on the mediums. Mediums for Viking. This is going to be a tough race, ladies and gents. Phaser starting on his softs in his Mercedes. My wife says... I don't know. We'll try and catch that in the race. I can't see what it says on his rear view mirror, but his rear window. Phaser in 6th. 7th, Muhammad Ali. He's starting on the racing softs in my favourite car, the Honda. And Wayne G, the winner of race 1, starting in 8th, and he is on the racing softs. Kian starting in 9th in the BMW, and he has opted for a medium set of tyres in this one. Declan is 10th, and he is starting on the racing softs, with Slowpoke in 11th. He got unlucky with the draw, unfortunately, starting on those soft tyres. Bazza in 12th. He's decided to go for the mediums in the BMW, and 13th is Kaswan, and he's starting on those softs. Remember, he had an awful time in race 1 with tyre wear, so this one's going to be, he's going to have to brace himself. With P. White starting in 14th on the racing softs in his McShady. Hodgie, oh well, this is nothing new for Hodgie, starting 15th in the Lexus. But we saw him splice through the field, so all he has to do is deal with how bad that Lexus is at the beginning of the race with cold tyres, heavy tanks, and then soon as he sheds some of that, it will be absolutely solid. Hawkeye is starting from the rear dairy air, and I think he's in a McShady as well. So here we go then, another 15-minute race around glorious Goodwood in the lovely sun. Does it get much better than this? Touring cars on a Sunday. Way, let's have it. Bloomfield then, waiting for the lights. It's race start, ladies and gentlemen, and the Volvo looking rather slumber. Sid the Sloth getting off the line with Niggle absolutely pelting it as well, and the Volvo is just trying to become a chicane as Dirk looking at it as well, and it's all focusers. Look at them, those things get off the line pretty absolutely nippy. So Sid the Sloth leads, and we're going to BMW having a look down here. Who was that? Phaser? No. Phaser's being overtaken, he's keying. Oh, someone's off the road. Someone has gone absolutely supernova somewhere at the back here. I don't know. Who was it? Was it Hawkeye? We won't look. He doesn't need that. Castian also off the road as well. Struggles on the cold tyres, ladies and gentlemen, in these road cars. Hodgie in 14th, but he's going for the move on the Bazinator, and he makes it stick. So Hodgie absolutely doing what Hodgies do. Oh, someone else is off the road there. It's hard to keep up. My good golly gosh, who was it? They've got quick fit on the back of their car. It's him. Oh, was it Bazza? No, it wasn't Bazza. It was Kian. Oh, poor Kian. Kian, he had an absolutely banger of a start, and he's ended up, oh, the BMW just doesn't want to turn in, ladies and gentlemen. Niggle has taken over the lead from Sid the Sloth. Wayne G gets through as well. Look at that crowd. Unbelievable stuff. So Wayne G making his way up from the mid-pack. He's already up into second with Sid there. We've got Focus 1, 2, and 3. Dirkview also in the mix, but oh, Sid goes a little wide there. Sid goes extremely wide, and the rest of the field absolutely gobble him up. The Honda is in 4th ahead of Viking, with Bloomfield, who started on pole, slipping down into 6th place at the moment. The racing is wild, ladies and gentlemen. Here we have Niggle 72 ahead of Wayne G. These two are looking already like they are championship contenders, with Dirk throwing his hat into the mix as well. Muhammad Ali holding a steady 4th. He would have had an absolute banging final position, but he had an off in the first race and had to fight his way back up through the field. So Muhammad Ali, if he can hold his ground, he's going to have an absolutely banging finish. Viking in 5th place in the Focus, with Bloomfield in the Volvo in 6th ahead of Sid the Sloth, who had a small off. And then we've got P. White in the McShady chasing them down. Hodgie up into 9th, with Declan 10th. The two Lexis, Liner Stern, Bazza on those medium tyres, down in 11th, struggling to find a bit of grip ahead of Slowpoke. Oh, what happened to Slow? Oh, and someone's just gone into the wall, and it's is it not Hawkeye? It's Phaser. Oh, poor Phaser. What a nightmare. And Niggle then at the moment just trying to stay ahead of Wayne G to make this championship lively. Dirkview also in the sights of the Focusers. Focus. No, that's too close to swearing. Focusers. Muhammad Ali, 4th place. You know who I'm rooting for? Nah. Viking in 5th. Viking very fast, and that Focus seems to be a slippery one. So watch out for Viking, Muhammad Ali, because he is coming your way. And Viking also on those medium tyres doing a super job. Osman in the chat saying oi oi, and Vodka Rob also saying my podium at Suzuka in the rain has kept me up, unfortunately. Oh, bless you. So Viking then chasing down Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali, oh, I thought Viking was going for a wacky line then. Oh, Muhammad Ali going a little wide out of the chicane, and he crosses the line with a 17.4. Viking a 17.4 also. So very tight there. White in the McShady. He's in 6th place on those soft tyres ahead of Bloomfield in the Volvo in 7th. We've got Declan in 8th, playing a risky game with that Goodwood weed, and he's on it again, ladies and gentlemen. Watch out for him. We might have to take him to rehab. He can't stay off the Goodwood weed. So Slowpoke then up and into 8th place ahead of Declan with Sid the Sloth. He's also been on that Goodwood weed. And Bazza, I think he's always on it. Hodgie, that's it. That's enough with the Goodwood. It's just grass, ladies and gentlemen. It's just the dirt around Goodwood. Hawkeye in 14th, struggling in the McShady at the moment. Mercedes, I'm getting worse. I'm sorry. Kian, he had that big off and he's on those medium tyres, but he might come good in the race. Let's just watch this space. And Fazer down in 16th. These are kind of races where anything can happen during it. So those at the back, it isn't a fixed term situation. Nigel in the lead, Wayne G in second. Dergview has closed up and into third. Grahamad Ali, can he live with them? Dergview a 16.3 last time round, with Grahamad Ali only producing a 17.0. So Dergview absolutely hounding, with Wayne G doing a 16.8 and Nigel a 16.7. This is a tough battle between the top four up here, as Wayne G kicks up a little bit of dirt as he tries to chase down Nigel, and there is absolutely no love lost here between Focus drivers. They both know they've got a huge chance at a championship this season, and they are trying to take it with both hands. Wayne G though, all up and in Nigel's business. On board with Wayne G as we see him trying to close up to Nigel, and it's good, it's looking good. He's having a look up the outside and there is no room there, Nigel says, and Wayne G just drops back just so he can get a smooth line through the corner, close right up to him there. But what can you do in the chicane? That is not an overtaking position, place. And out of the chicane, he just needs to get a good drive on him. And it's a tough one here, where to make the move. There's no real sort of heavy braking zone that you can try and nip up the inside of someone. And here we go. This is a very light braking, and then slowly easing off the speed as the corner goes round and round. And then there is a heavy braking up here maybe. Trying to get a small toe is Wayne G off of the Focus. We've got Dergview behind us. Grahamad Ali, he's going for the move into the braking zone. Like I said, the braking zone just not heavy enough, and Nigel living with Wayne G as Wayne G cooks. He is trying to come up with a recipe to get by Nigel. Gives Nigel a little love pump into that corner, saying I could have braked later. And Nigel having to kick up a little bit of dirt. Can he hold on enough to stay ahead of Wayne G? Wayne G is pumping on that pressure. And Nigel, he's just having to deal. He's having to deal, ladies and gentlemen, with the pressure cooker of Wayne G. And Wayne G, again, we see backing out in that corner so he can come on strong at him into the chicane. He has a look, but it's not a place to overtake, and he knows that. And Nigel survives another lap, but Wayne G tucking in right in his rear derriere, because he knows it's his. He's coming up alongside. He is trying to force his way through, but it's not going to happen. Nigel holds on to the road like it is for life. Dergview in third place, Grahamad Ali fourth. Then we've got PY in fifth. The field looking quite spread out there. Slowpoke in sixth. Bloomfield in seventh place. Declan in eighth. Hawkeye is in ninth spot, with Sittersloff in 10th. Hodgie is 11th, with Viking in 12th. Castian is 13th. The tyre wear an issue for him. Fazer closing in. He's already got himself behind. Oh, Kian is having an absolute nightmare on those medium tyres. He cannot stay on the track. Nigel for now is under immense pressure from Wayne G, and ironically I think that is the closest battle we have on track at the moment. And Wayne G is just throwing everything he's got at the rear end of Nigel, and Nigel is loving it. He can put up with it all day. And here we go. Oh, we didn't see him fall back in that one. Maybe he was just creating a false sense of security the couple of laps before, dropping back in that corner, maybe giving Nigel a feel, thinking, oh yeah, he drops back in this corner, and then he went full send, but it just wasn't enough for Nigel to get by. And so Nigel then defending with all his might, and Wayne G throwing everything he's got at him, and all the time these two are playing this game, this man is slowly creeping up behind them. Grahamad Ali in fourth, 17.6 last time around. He's not able to close in on these guys. 16.3 from Derg, as Wayne and Nigel are both in the late 16s, 17s again. Look at them all up against each other. It is a beautiful sight. The two Focuses are absolutely hammer and tong, ladies and gentlemen, but Nigel seems to be able to hold his nerve, and that is what pro sim racers do, ladies and gentlemen. They stay laser focused and hold their nerve as Wayne G throws everything he's got at the back of the Focus. Dirkview, he's loving this. He's getting all of the action, and he might get the glory if these two take each other out ahead of him. And Wayne G found the edge. Ladies and gentlemen, Wayne G found the edge. Can he get going again before the Honda moves up and into third spot? And Muhammad Ali just chipping away, chip, 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 chip. And look what he's just got himself. He won himself a prize, a podium. Can Wayne G come back in this fight? And Dirkview back up and into second spot, ladies and gentlemen. This is the UTCC, the Ultimate Touring Car Championship, the only touring car championship you need to watch. And Mark Wilson's one as well, because this is League 2. He's got League 1. So the second UTCC that you need to watch. And Vodka Rob in the chat saying PY and Bloomfield, both ex-teammates of mine. They are, man, and they're fighting hard in the Replica British Touring Car Championship. It's officially called. I can't say Replica BTCC every time. It'll just drive me mad. So it's the UTCC. It'll catch on, honestly. They'll know to change it. They'll change it. Not me. You watch next round. It'll be back to Replica BTCC round 2. So Nigel, at the moment, he took that pressure, did he not? He thrived on it. And Dirkview now has decided to be the man to add the pressure. Nigel can't get a break, can he? Can't he just get a little run? And Muhammad Ali up and into a podium position. P. White, oh my God, Wayne G dropping. Come on, cameraman, I'm trying to see some action here. For God's sakes, what was that? Oh, there you go, Wayne G again, meeting his maker. And Wayne G gets himself going, but P. White gets by, and so does Slowpoke. Oh my gosh. What was... no, that was just a little bit of strange lag. Because P. White's fine, he's fourth. We thought he'd got himself all tied up in them barriers then. But P. White in the McShady, look at him. Oh, his lag's a bit unfortunate though for us to watch. I don't know if I can stick with you, my friend. Slowpoke in fifth place. I wonder what he's looking at. With Wayne G slipping down into sixth. The winner of race 1, remember, ladies and gentlemen. This is a hard-fought championship, and he is losing a handful of positions. And again, is it that Focus losing a little bit of whatever it loses in the middle of a race, and just becomes a bit of a dog to handle? Bloomfield in 7th in the Volvo, and that car sounds glorious. I heard it absolutely chugging out down that straight, but it is a tyre killer. We are coming up to 12.5 minutes, or just over 12.5 minutes, and this race is nearly cooked, ladies and gentlemen. We are nearly done. But Bloomfield in 7th ahead of Declan in the Lexus, and Hodgie there also in another Lexus in 9th. What a battle we are going to have between the Scottish and the Union Jack, which is kind of part of Scottish. If he had a St. George, we could say the Englishman and the Scottishman, but I'm not sure if he's gone for a Union Jack, because, you know, we are one big happy family. I always choose it as a Union Jack. Oh, Declan off the road, and Hodgie, he gets himself through there and up and into 8th place. Declan, just a small mistake, putting him back behind his teammate, possibly. I don't think they have teammates. And here we go, Castian, with those absolutely rotten tyres ahead of Fazer. And remember, Fazer went absolutely destination left the Shadow Realm at the beginning of this race, and he has come back again in his Mercedes. Oh, the tyres are just giving up on the Nissan for Castian. I don't know what he's going to do to try and dial out that tyre wear. He's just going to have to drive at every race with no downforce whatsoever. Just don't put any downforce on that car, my friend. You're killing your tyres. And Hawkeye then managing to get through and up and into 11th place. And Kian, what a job he's done. He was dead last time we saw him, and he is slowly making his way up, but he can't get past the Nissan, unfortunately. He's tucked up behind the absolutely delicious looking Nissan, and this is the one. He's going for it up the inside on those medium tyres, and he is through. And Paul Castian just dealing with tyre wear nightmares. Sid the Sloth, in 14th, with Viking in 15th. Oh, we lost someone as well. Someone absolutely rage quitted. And Sid the Sloth off the road and letting Viking up there into 15th. Though Niggle, it's looking pretty pleasant for him. 15 minutes left of racing. These might be the first to cross the line, actually. Oh, will they get across before the timer runs out? No, yeah. Oh, lovely. These are going to be this is why you should do laps and not times, because then you get the real people finishing first. Just my opinion. So Niggle there is holding fast in first place. Dergview going for a last-minute lunge, but there is nothing there. Niggle has it under control, and there is nothing Dergview can do at this point. Look at it, the focus just absolutely clinging onto the road like it was built to, but it's a close finish here. Niggle finishing in first, and Dergview, I reckon Dergview might be leading the championship. He's had two second finishes. Niggle finished in third last time around, and Dergview comes home in second. Muhammad Ali for Honda, early doors on the podium, and representing. Wayne G comes back in fourth, Slowpoke fifth, P. White brings it home in sixth spot, with Hodgie in seventh in the Lexus, being dogged by Bloomfield. So Hodgie managed to get that position from Bloomfield at the end of the race there, and Bloomfield home in eighth. Declan brings it home in ninth for the Lexus, and Fazer, absolutely cracking job. He was in the shadow realm, remember, at first lap, comes home in 10th. Hawkeye in 11th, but he's carrying a penalty, so that'll probably put Kian ahead. It doesn't, and Castian comes home in 13th with no tyre on the front left whatsoever. Viking finishing in 14th, and Sid the Sloth in 15th. What an absolute banging race, ladies and gentlemen. You can tell this championship is going to be absolutely fraught and tight as a duck's balloon knot. Oh, let me have a sip of my drink. I know we should be moving on. Ooh, houses. So well done to Niggle, Derg, and Muhammad Ali, top three. And Wayne G, commiserations, my friend. This championship's going to be lit. How do I get out of this? This is the way. One more race. Something to do with top five being reversed. We'll see. We'll work it out when we get there. Going to be a lot of medium tyres out there, I think. We've seen a couple using their medium tyres, which could be a tactical mastermind move, but a big-brained move, one would say. But we will see, because those tyres, the tyre wear is going to be bumped up to double what it was before. Well, times two. I don't know if that works out as double. Oh, not that. Don't look at the things. Let me pause this, because we've got to look at the grid, okay? There's just little tick-offs you have to do before the race. So, did PY finish last? I honestly don't remember. Let's get on the back of the cars. Looks better. Oh, the front of the cars. So, P. White, he may have finished last. Oh, I'm having brain fade. Hodgie in, second. And Bloomfield. So, maybe it's the top five got moved back. Oh, yeah. The top five get to move to the back, and I think the rest of the field stay the same. So here we go. We're working it out. So P. White takes, he's at the front in his McShady, and the Lexus of Hodgie in second, and Bloomfield in third in his Volvo. Declan in fourth in his Lexus, with Fazer in fifth in the McShady, and then we've got another McShady in sixth with Hawkeye, Kian in seventh in the BMW, and Castian in the Nissan in eighth place. Oh, shoot, we'll look at the tyres, sorry. P. White's on softs, Hodgie's on mediums, Bloomfield is on mediums, Declan is on mediums, Fazer is on mediums, and Hawkeye is on mediums. Kian is 7th. He's starting on the soft, because he was on the mediums in the last race. It was a nightmare for him. Castian, easy on the mediums because we've seen him destroy 2 sets of soft tyres so far. He's sitting in 8th. Viking is starting in 9th with a soft set of tyres. Look out for him. Sid the Sloth, sorry, I'll get there. I will get there. Is 10th. He's starting on mediums. Slowpoke is starting on mediums as well. Wayne G is starting on a set of mediums in 12th. Grahamad Ali also on the mediums in 13th. Dergview in 14th on mediums. And Niggle also starting on medium tyres. Remember, the fuel and the tyres has been bumped up somewhat, but looking at the fuel tanks, they've not really been an issue, have they? Or have they? Have you noticed something I haven't? Because I can't say I have. Right then, are you ready, ladies and gentlemen? Let us begin. Third race, last one of the round. This is going to be a good series, ladies and gents. I got a feeling. And the lights are out, and it's go, go, go here for the third race of the round 1. And it's a great start for PY in the McShady, and Hodgie there following through in the Lexus. Then we've got a bit of a batch of cars. Hawkeye 3rd, Declan 4th, Phasers off, and he's being chased by the Volvo. But Phasers gets it back on the road again. We've been seeing them wipe out as soon as they touch the grass here, but Phaser doing a super job. PY holds on. Hodgie in 2nd ahead of Hawkeye. Declan in 4th. Kian up into 5th place. Remember, he's on them soft tyres. He's already used a set of softs in this weekend. And oh no, we've got, is it PY? It was PY. He's been put back on the track. He slid off in the most fantastical way, and everyone's overtaken him, so we'll start back at the top. Hodgie leads in the Lexus. He's on a set of medium tyres. He's got Hawkeye behind him in the McShady with medium tyres, but we've got Declan there also on medium tyres. Kian is the man we've got to watch in the BMW, and he's on soft tyres, so he is going to be absolutely beast mode at the moment as Hodgie is under threat from Hawkeye. Oh God. It went the wrong way, sorry. And Hodgie survives against Hawkeye in 2nd, Declan in 3rd, Kian in 4th. Niggle is already up and into 5th. Those focusers were right at the back. Grahamad Ali as well in 6th. Sid the Sloth 7th with Dergview as well coming through the pack in 8th. We've got Bloomfield in the Volvo 9th going up against Viking. Viking is on the soft tyres against Bloomfield's medium cladded Volvo, so Viking should be quite feisty, and he's got Wayne G on those medium tyres right up and in his rear dairy air as Phaser in 12th. We saw him having an issue at the beginning, and he managed to stay on the track though. Slowpoke in 13th on those medium tyres. PY we saw having an absolute nightmare. He slid off the track, and he obviously put too much faith in his soft tyres. He went back to 14th with Castian as well, having an absolute nightmare of a start, but he's got a nice empty track to have fun on. Hodgie leads from Hawkeye, and it's all right. He's gapped it out a little bit. Kian up and into 3rd place. He's already passed Declan, and it's the soft runner of the BMW that we are keeping an eye on, but those tyres just might wear out before the end of the race. The tyre wear has been ramped up on this race, and Declan in 4th. Niggle is in 5th with Grahamad Ali in the Honda in 6th place, and Dergview, I saw a car looking like it was sideways then. Oh, you've got to be quick to catch it in this series, ladies and gentlemen. It really did look like I saw a car. It wasn't Castian, and it wasn't Sid. It might have been Sid the Sloth, because he's just joined Castian at the rear dairy air. So Hodgie at the moment looking absolutely splendid out there. There's nothing anyone can do. Hawkeye chasing him down on a set of medium tyres versus medium tyres. Kian holding back on those softs. Is he looking after the tyres? He's dropped back some way. And these guys, are they pushing too hard? Hawkeye sliding the McShady around the corner, and Hodgie is just not looking back. He is a foot to the floor, and he is going all in, ladies and gentlemen. So, I mean, we're 3.5 minutes in. These guys, quarter of a tank. Niggle coming through. Niggle absolutely is on mission in that Focus. You can see someone fancies a championship this season. Declan then in 5th spot. Oh, someone else is making a move, and Grahamad Ali fighting. No, Muhammad Ali's gone wide and he's lost 2 places. Derg through, Declan through, and Muhammad Ali is down in 7th place, trying to fight the Honda for a little bit of grip there. Slowpoke in 8th. We've got the call of the focuses right here. Slowpoke, Waney and Viking all in a row. 3 in a row, all fighting it out. And I think that the soft runners aren't running away like I thought they would be. Maybe they're taking it easy on the first. Oh no, Viking off the road, and that is giving Phaser a position, and also I was going to say, yeah, Bloomfield closing in, but Viking dropping back behind PY and Phaser. PY and Phaser going at it. And PY trying to come back in this race. He was on pole, wasn't he, unfortunately. Bloomfield in 13th, Sid the Sloth in 14th, ahead of Castellan, who looks like those medium tyres aren't good for the Nissan. Hodgie absolutely blending it out there. Although now Hawkeye closing in on the McShady. Kian in 3rd. He's holding back those soft tyres. I was really surprised. He's doing 18 zeros. And they were doing 17s, early 17-16s in the earlier races. So Kian, I know he's got more pace than that. That is blowing me away. So Nigel, we'll soon see, because Nigel's in 17 and a half. Kian, oh, there you go, 17-1. He was just waiting. He was fuel saving the first 3 laps, ladies and gentlemen. He was just managing his fuel, we'll say. And Hawkeye then still chasing after Hodgie. There's no fuel managing here. These two are absolutely pelting it. And Kian now is starting to try and close back on them, but the gap too big. Nigel, he's absolutely slinging a focus this weekend, and he is chasing them down with Dirk in 5th as well. Dirk been an absolute solid force. He's got those medium tyres on, as well as a Nigel as the sun sets here at Goodwood. And Declan in a great solid 6th place in the Lexus. Car looking a little shaky going around the corners, but he's got it under control. Muhammad Ali, we saw he was higher than that. He slipped back a little further. Now he's in 7th place with Waney. But ooh, we're not quite halfway in this race. And I tell you what, Muhammad Ali is nearly halfway through his tank, and it's not. He's just, that's going to be tight. Muhammad Ali's got to be watch out for them fuel. Maybe he's got to start pacing that car, which he's in the middle of an absolutely titanic battle, and all the cars around him are doing so much better with fuel. Declan, so Muhammad Ali moves up a position, but I think he's going to have a bit of a fuel issue come the end of the race in that Honda. He's going to have to wash himself. Oh, there's a whole batch of cars here. Declan, we saw, doing an absolutely super job, but now he is being swallowed by the Focus machine. The Ford bandwagon has just sucked up Declan and spat him out behind them. So Slowpoke and Waney G going through. Phaser is the next on the list, and he is being chased by Viking, who, remember, is on those soft tyres as well. Bloomfield in 12th place. He's made a position up somewhere along the way, and PY up into 13th. Sid the Sloth in 14th, and Castellan has caught Sid the Sloth up again. Oh, Sid the Sloth's picked up a bit of damage there, and Castellan is looking to get an overtake done. Whoa, he was coming in hot then. He was coming in hot. Sid the Sloth doing a bit of defensive driving. Hodgie and Hawkeye still leading, but they are leading. Oh, I tell you what, they might be starting to catch him up. There's still a gap between 3rd place and 1st and 2nd. Oh, and there we go. Castellan makes up the position with Sid the Sloth off the road. So Hodgie, 8 minutes. Hawkeye slipping back a little bit from Hodgie. Hodgie is absolutely committing the Lexus all the way in this race. Kian, on those soft tyres, he's got pace. I don't know why he's all up and in their business. So there we have Dirk as well. He's the fastest man out there. And Nigel in 5th place. And the tanks of fuel is about half a tank, so Muhammad Ali was the biggest concern. And he's got Slowpoke all up and in his business. Slowpoke, he's got over half a tank of fuel, and we are over halfway into this race. I think Muhammad Ali, he may be just about okay. It's a struggle. Looks like that Honda's a thirsty little baby. Declan, he's still in this fight, ladies and gentlemen, there in 9th place, but it looks like Slowpoke going for a move on the Honda. Not quite. And Muhammad Ali says, no, not yet, not yet. Give me a couple of laps. I might have to let you pass just through fuel. And he's gone for a run wide around the glorious Goodwood. And Wayne G just trying to escape this battle here between the Honda and the Focus. And Slowpoke getting all up and in the Honda's business, and this looks like it's the move. And Slowpoke there comes around up the inside. They're side by side as they come to the next corner. And can Muhammad Ali do anything from around the outside? He cannot, and the Focus there slips up the inside of Muhammad Ali, who, do you know what? He might be driving on a Delta at the moment, ladies and gents. He might have to be doing some fuel saving. I don't want to start causing stories where there isn't any, but Muhammad Ali's fuel is concerning to me. I don't know though. We're 10 minutes now. We've got 5 minutes left. Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. Absolutely fine. Let's have a look how this battle at the front is going. Hodgie just ahead of Hawkeye. Hawkeye he's got a lot more fuel than Hodgie, but I think that's more than enough to get to the end of this race. So Hawkeye, it's just the different fuel levels. Dirk is up and into 3rd. Kian. Oh no, Kian, and there's someone else involved in that as well, I think. I don't know if it's involved in it, but yeah, it looks like a Focus of Nigel. Kian's off the roads. Oof. What did Nigel hit? Oh, is that a barrier, not a curb? Hang on. Oh shoot, what have I done? So that's Nigel. Let's go back. Oh, that was rough, wasn't it? So, on board, Nigel in 4th place. Kian coming up the inside. Kian goes a little wide. Nigel. Ooh, I don't think Kian did it on purpose, but yeah, he gave Nigel not many choices in that corner. Oof. Wow. That wrenched something, didn't it? And Muhammad Ali down in 7th. Has just moved up ahead of Nigel, but oh my word, that was tough. That was a tough one, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and again, another overtake, because everything's broken, obviously, on Nigel's cars. That Viking goes up and into 8th place. Declan, he's looking for that position as well, as Nigel has some busted innards. But Nigel then does drop down into 10th. Everything's repaired now on Nigel's car, and he just has to dust himself off and keep on going. P. White in 11th, Phaser in 12th, Bloomfield in 13th in the Volvo, with Sid the Sloth in 14th, having a massive race with Castillon and Castillon. I don't know if there was contact there. Does it matter in 14th and 15th? So Hodgie, of course it matters. Hodgie still leading as he has done throughout the race and doing a super job. We are just coming up to 12 minutes of the race so far, and the Lexus looks unbeatable. Hawkeye has been pushing all of the way. These guys are on the medium tyres. You would think one of the soft runners, those that saved their soft tyres, would be absolutely in this fight, but no, the top 3 all running medium tyres. Wayne G, who won the first race, is coming through. He's in 4th with Kian in 5th. He's the highest soft-tyred runner, but I think the stewards maybe wanted to have a word with him about the absolute murder of Nigel. And I don't think he did it on purpose, just probably didn't realise there wasn't enough room between himself and the barrier. But yeah. Muhammad Ali in 7th in the Honda, and it looks like Viking is having a look, and oh my words, Muhammad Ali off the road, and he's going to be reset, ladies. Oh no, he might make it back to the road, but he's lost a couple of positions there as Declan and Viking make their way through, and Nigel tries to make a recovery in 7th spot, and Slowpoke there in 6th. Viking in 10th, chasing the Honda at the moment. No, slowing down for some reason. He's just let a couple of cars past, hasn't he? Bloomfields, PY, and then Viking. So I don't know what happened. And Muhammad Ali up into 9th. It looks like Bloomfields going wide in the Volvo and letting Viking through. And P. White losing a position to Viking all at the same time. These guys are dicing down here. And there you go, P. White having real issues with his front racing soft tyre. It's 13.5 minutes. We are into the closing stages of this race. And right in the middle of the pack, it is close stuff. Fazer right behind Bloomfield, who's right behind P. White, whom is right behind Viking, whom is right behind Muhammad Ali. And Declan is the man in front of them all. Then there's a little bit of a gap from them to Niggle, and Niggle to Slowpoke. Slowpoke closing in on Kian, but Kian's done a fine job in that BMW. The soft tyres just haven't been as fast as he would have liked them to be. Waney is consistent in this championship, and that is what's going to win the championship throughout. Dergview's fuel is flashing, but we've only got 1 minute to go. He should be good. Hawkeye slow through the chicane. Hawkeye making a mistake. Hodgie's come into the pits. Hodgie's had to come into the pits. He's not got enough fuel to get to the end. Hawkeye crosses the line. What's the time, ladies and gentlemen? 14.5 minutes. Dergview, has he got enough fuel to get to the end? Waney is now up and into a podium position because, oh no, Hodgie and he's picked up 3 seconds from the pit lane entry. Oh no, and Hodgie having to get a little bit of fuel there to get himself to the end of the race, and Niggle right up behind him, and possible win there, but jeez. And Hawkeye then at the moment leads this race in the McShady ahead of Derg. It's going to be one of them seasons where he's going to finish second in every race. Or is he? Because Waney G wants that second position back. And Kian, a solid drive in the BMW with those soft tyres. Don't lose it now, my friend. Slowpoke is right there. Don't forget to like and subscribe Mark Wilson's YouTube channel for all the action of League One and all the other things that Mark Wilson does. He is a bit of a magician when it comes to these streams. He is pretty damn good. Kian at the moment though, fighting, duking. Is it the time? The time's running out. Here we go. Hawkeye comes up to the line. He takes the win, ladies and gentlemen. McShady, absolutely super stuff with Waney right there, and Derg did lose the second place to Waney. Kian finished in 4th, Slowpoke 5th. Niggle comes home in 6th spot with Hodgie in 7th. Unfortunate for Hodgie in the fuel tank. Viking in 8th place. Muhammad Ali ran out of fuel. Where's Fazer? Fazer gets hit 9th. Muhammad Ali in 10th. Declan in 11th. Bloomfield in 12th. P. White comes home in 13th. I think that's everyone who's crossed the line. Castian in 14th and Sid the Sloth in 15th. God knows who we lost. Bazza. Oh no, Bazza. So Hawkeye, a great win there. He's broken the focus. I thought it was going to be all about the Ford Focus, ladies and gentlemen, but no, Hawkeye got in there and he has crushed that Ford Focus domination that we have had. So super job from Hawkeye in the McShady. Cracking stuff. Waney G comes home in 2nd with Dergview. Another podium. 3 podiums from the round. Great stuff. Kian, I think the only one as well, because Waney didn't get a podium in the 2nd race. And Niggle did, but Niggle didn't get a podium in the 3rd race. So Dergview, the only one managing a triple podium today, but no wins. You got to keep him earthed, you know what I mean. Kian, a great job there for 4th place in the BMW. Slowpoke coming from the back and got it straight up and into 5th place. Great job with Niggle in 6th. Hodgie, oh poor Hodgie, you got to feel for him. The fuel tank just not big enough in the Hyundai. And he come home in 7th. Viking in 8th. Fazer grabs 9th, and again he had nightmares in the first lap, and he's got his head down, cracked on, and he's brought that McShady right back to the fore. 10th for Muhammad Ali. Fuel issues was a real letdown for him come the end of the race, with Declan in 11th. ahead of the Volvo Bloomfield, who's had 2 good races, so he'll probably not be overly pleased with a 12th place finish. PY in 13th, Castian in that Nissan. He's got to get rid of that Nissan. I don't think it's competitive. He might have to get himself in a Focus. And Sid the Sloth in 15th, and Bazza disappeared somewhere in amongst all of it. Have you not got a better view of the car than that? There you go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Replica BTCC for Ultimate Racing League. I present to you for your pleasure. I hope you like it. I hope you'll be back for round 2. They race every Wednesday evening, and I'll try and bring the stream a little bit quicker than this next time. Thank you for tuning in. You are all superstars, and it's been a great time. Tiru, peace and love. Peace and love.
Cheers, clinking glasses.